Hello, hello. It looks like we are live. So, actually, just one moment. I forgot my water bottle. Be right back. Okay, now looks like we are finally back on. Just need to grab my water bottle real quick. Completely forgot it, but I have it now, so. Yep. Let's start to this up then. Making sure the volume on my end is okay as well. Okay. Alright, last thing I remember was we finally made that raft. In that case, I might focus more on things around closer to the area, but we'll see. Got 6 Mox Lances, that's good. Let me check to see his stock. Okay. Oh yeah, I better take these. So I could keep them in the vine pile. Task him. Yes. Yeah, I also might want to focus on increasing my relationship with him as well. Because I've been neglecting that a bit. That's okay though. Just takes time to do. Definitely want to grab these. Take a swig of some river water. What am I going to do? Go. I'll go back in here, check stock of other things. Okay, got a fire going, that's good. How many baskets do we have? Right. I'll tell him I'll be back soon. Yeah, I shouldn't be out that late. It's only 8:30 in the morning in game here, so hopefully won't be that late. At least it shouldn't be. Either way, going to gather some things. course, I do need a twig to make that trap. I'll get back. Yeah, this game is pretty challenging. I remember when I was a kid, when I played it long ago, it took me a while to get the hang of balancing all of their needs and such. It still is, honestly. They only have 3 needs, but can still be quite the challenge to make sure they don't die. And of course, having old games in the collection is having old games in your collection is always nice for sure. But at the same time, there are, of course, other ways of actually playing them. Come on, can I get this? Can I please shake this tree? Let me shake the tree, damn it! Can I not shake this tree? Okay, how about this one? And unfortunately, the older game market has unfortunately has been kind of ridiculous for quite a while. Like, even for games that aren't even that rare. Right, I wanted to craft, that's what I wanted to do. Craft a trap, of course. Sorry, just taking a peek at something. There we go. Now, I will say that the best way to get your hunger meter fulfilled is the trap. Well, small trap, I should say. Just put it out here. You can just keep reusing it over and over again. Cook meals with the meat you catch, and yeah. It will probably be a little while. It'll be a little bit before you can get to the jungle to get the supplies you need for the basket, because you do need bamboo to make these baskets, but you almost won't have to worry about food again, at least for as long as you have the supplies. Come on. Ah! Yeah, they can be a bit slippery, of course, but, you know. Alright, yeah, you know what? I played a little bit of the first Lost in Blue on stream, but I didn't really care for it as much as this one. I mean, it was a good game, but just compared to the Lost in Blue 2, it's much better, I think. Not even just because it's got a female player character option, and that's not completely useless, but just gameplay-wise, I think it's better. Played a little bit of 3. Not really enough to make a full judgment of it. I also haven't played the actual survival kids games that this is a continuation of. I thought this would at least be a fun game to play on stream. Also, hello, Vinsur Inverse. Vinsur Inverse, whatever you go by. Okay, now we'll, oh, come on, you little bastard. I am doing quite well myself. I've actually been working on some making panels for goodness, I forgot. For conventions, silly. Panels for conventions. Don't worry though, I am still very much working on... videos. But I thought it would be cool to do some paneling at conventions. Yeah, disaster report games are, they're definitely interesting. Let's see, which ones... Yeah. Not when I first played Disaster Report 4, it wasn't quite what I expected. I almost was expecting more of a simulation game as opposed to an adventure game. But still, interesting. For sure. Well, we're getting extra rare meat today. See, just from that meat, we got ourselves quite full. I mean, I'm just thinking here what I should do next. See the cells I have. Let me save here real quick. If I can go... Let me see if I can go diving yet. I don't know what you need to do to trigger diving, because this is a dive spot. And I don't see why as soon as you do that, as soon as you can go there, you can't just start diving, because a cutscene plays where he says that there's something, you could see something at the bottom there, and that it activates the whole diving mechanic minigame thing. But for some reason, it just won't trigger when as soon as you are able to access that. I probably need to look that up. Like, I don't know why I need to do to trigger that. Sticks and stones to break my bones. Maybe I'll just take a look-see around the region. Shoot. Here we go. Accidentally. It's weird that, it's kind of funny you can't drink the lake water, but you can drink the stream water. Yeah, I'll at least push this rock here. Get that out of the way. Yeah, you know what? That's not even getting to the fact of the bacteria and microorganisms that are about in the water. I'm surprised these kids haven't died from dysentery yet. Again, you just drink straight from the stream, you don't boil it or anything. Also, wild animals are supposed to spawn in various places on the map, but for some reason they just don't. Whenever I play this on the emulator, because it worked on the DS, but for some reason, maybe it has to do with the emulation. But yeah, fortunately, I can't really hunt animals like with a bow and arrow, because it just won't spawn. Where was I? Right, it's getting here. Checking stock. Take a look at this shelf. Do we really need this many sticks? Probably not, but you know what? We're going to put them there anyways for now. Can also build a tree house eventually. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of wanted to make some kind of consistent necklace, like a striped necklace or just one color necklace. Hence why I haven't actually made one yet, despite having enough shells. Well, whatever. Oof. Let's go to bed. Yes, the necklace. You can if you make a necklace, you can give it to your partner, and their relationship toward you will go up. Other things that can make the relationship go up is by like asking how they are and telling them, and I think also telling them you'll be going out before you go out. guess the shortest way through the jungle would be through the way we just unlocked. Yeah, that's right. There is 4 people. I do remember that. Yeah, first you get 3 people. I know you early on you have 3 people, and then later you get a 4th. Let's check. Oops, forgot to check my inventory. Come on. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yes, there is quite some interesting things on this island, for sure. Don't know if I'll get into that until later, though. We'll see. We shall see how far we get in this stream. I mean, ideally, I would play all the way till we get an ending, but you know how things go. Plans change and all that. Need 2 more. Ah! 1. 2. Come on. Let's make this 2. There we go. Definitely fill us up. There we go. Let's go here. I know there's also recipes you can collect, but funny enough, I don't think I ever did. I just cooked whatever would get my hunger meter up the most. Although there is a picture book completionist thing you can do, and as you can imagine, you do need to find all the recipes to get 100% completion. To be honest, though, I was never a super completionist, even when I was younger and had the time for that. Usually, I would get a certain, get up to a certain point and then get frustrated, and then give up. Alright, we'll do a quick save just in case, though. Oh yeah, that's right. I did see they had a special stylist with Lost in Blue. That was quite cool. I don't know. I don't know if I haven't looked up if anyone's selling them or whatever on the secondhand market. I can imagine it's probably kind of expensive, but if Very cool. I always like those kind of gimmicky things. Let's rest just a bit. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be going this way. Oops, that's alright though. Gonna go through the sticky icky swamp. Push this log down. Think we can go this way then. See where this leads, I forget. Oh, that leads to the one place that's like right outside, almost right outside the cave, I think. So it's supposed to be a shortcut. I forgot about that. Let's check our status here. Okay, we're doing okay. Got this ramp here. You can just go down. Oh, go here. Shoot, I forgot to roll this log down. Oh well, just gonna have to go the long way. That is fine though. I'll catch up eventually. Here's this ramp, we can just go down. Yep. Okay, right. We'll just take this off for now, just so I'm able to see their stats. Need to refill, actually, so good thing I did. we go. There we go. Yeah, I may focus on building the tree house that's nearby in the jungle. Will be my next priority. We'll see, though. We shall see. Alright, then I'll do it. Sit down for a bit. Yeah, going out to the jungle to restock is quite the expedition, as you can see. Oops. Okay, got this. Got some raspberry fields forever. Dig these up, because these restore a fair bit of health. Come on, there we go. Gather some of these up first. Don't want to bring back too much stuff that we don't urgently need, but good to at least take a couple of these things. You know what? We probably don't need this many sticks. Yeah. Yeah, especially since I haven't really been fishing as much since I've just had the small traps now. We'll just discard this. Try to keep the health as well as perfectly balanced as possible, but of course, That's always not necessarily feasible. But, I try. Let me give you a couple of these things. Then I'll get some foods and see how it all goes. Hello, Transmission 616. Good to see you. Good evening, in fact. Let's see what else we can grab. Yeah, I know you need water. Oh. Fill you up with some of this. Shove this fruit in your mouth. Yeah. As mentioning before, there's a couple different endings. I have to look up exactly which ones, or what they are and how to get them. Let's see. With these pineapples too, is that they'll definitely restore thirst. So let's restore thirst with some pineapples. Not a ton, but I'll tide us over for at least a little bit. Just checking out the map here. Making sure I'm not getting totally lost. Oh, oops, didn't want to do that. Is there anything down here? Let me double check. No, oh, that's right. I did check there. Nothing really else for me. That's fine. Can I check here? Okay, no, there is nothing there. Nothing that needs concern me. Not too bad. Pretty good, in fact. Hopefully things have been going good for you as well, Transmission. Actually, I have been working on some panel stuff for conventions. Because I like going to conventions. And, hopefully that'll all go well. Of course, don't worry. I still very much have, videos in the works. I have not been neglecting that. But I just think it would be fun and cool to do panels if I get accepted and such. So yeah, I will also let people know on social media if/when I get accepted for panels. So yeah. Hey, Dennis Gallagher, good to see ya. I was just talking about how I got panels in the works for conventions, possibly. Still working on videos very much, of course, but I think it would be nice if I could get accepted for panels and do panel stuff. Sorry, just trying to... Making big moves. I guess so. I guess you could say that. I'll certainly I imagine it'll at least get my name out there. And people seem to like my videos, so if I do presentations that are similar in style to my videos, which is what they will be, hopefully that'll get people interested in what other things I do. Okay, don't really need this up anymore, this map. Okay, yeah, I know you're all, like, thirsting to death. In all the not fun ways. And yes, I will of course let everyone know on social medias if/when I will be doing panels and where and all that. Well, we're dehydrating to death, but we're almost to the river. There's twigs up there, but I'm not gonna bother at the moment. It's again going to be another day where we stick on close by to the shelter. Or the chicken. Let me get some firewood then. Oh crap, I don't have any. Whoops. Well, we're going to have to fix that, won't we? Actually, come with me. Like I said, yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle, but that's okay, cause like I said, we got the small trap of endless food. God, you hate panel. Oh man, that would be something. No, I should probably, no, they're going to be gaming themed. Particularly Japanese gaming themed because, that's where That's what most of the panels I attend are, themed around gaming, Japanese media, both. My boyfriend actually joked about making an Arthur panel, which, again, no, I don't think, I don't think I'll be making a, Arthur panel or a Caillou panel. Unless people really want me to, I guess. Then, you know, that's cool, I guess. I guess I can oblige. But, no, I feel like I am not going to have enough of... I don't feel like, a Caillou panel, Arthur panel is not going to be appealing enough. Probably. Hey, you never know. Okay, he says. Right. I'll take one, actually. Wallace and Gromit. I have not watched those myself. I know that they are, of course, aggressively British. Which, I mean, no shit, I guess, but still. Like, you think of anything, like, it's just, you know, you can't mistake it if taking, you can't mistake it for taking place anywhere except Britain. Like, with something like Bob the Builder, that can feasibly take place in America, or Canada, or someplace similar. Even Thomas the Tank Engine could, feasibly take place somewhere in not Britain. But you can't really do that with Wallace and Gromit. Could mistake it for being set in hell. Oh my gosh, you know, speaking of nightmarish kids shows, I know that there's one. I think it's claymation animated. It was Mark Twain, and there's a devil, really terrifying depiction of the devil. And it shows him creating these creatures out of clay. Oh my gosh, I gotta pay attention. Creating these creatures out of clay and then killing them for these kids. The Adventures of Mark Twain. I see. That's the full name of it. I'll be fine. Let's cook some things up first. We need more sticks. I better go up to the other place or the other direction next day or so. And I know this isn't a British show. It's just a Switzerland show, I believe. But Pingu. That's I know had a very infamously nightmarish scene, literally a nightmare, involving a sea lion. So yeah, I'm sure the kids love that. And of course there's that scene in Thomas the Tank Engine where they bricked up What's-His-Face in a tunnel. And it just ends that way. And it was just because he was acting kind of vain. I think he didn't want to like ruin his new paint job. So obviously the punishment for vanity is to just have him die. Not even die really, because I mean I guess so. Die a very slow and painful death of rusting, and he gets to watch all his friends go out and enjoy their lives. Do a Brad Pitt accent. Oi mate, why don't you fuck off, you wanker? Was that bad enough? Fuck off, you motherfucking wanker. You little pissant. Sounds pretty Australian. Glasgow. Unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with specific British dialects. Or specific dialects in European countries. Okay. Sound drunk, angry, and drunk. There's, of course, there's Peppa Pig, which isn't nightmarish. She's just, or, you know, not even just her. The whole series is annoying as hell. Mommy, Daddy, I'm an annoying little shit. Please, do what I want. My stupid brother George won't leave me alone. I always like to say Peppa Pig puts me in the mood for bacon. Yeah, in case it wasn't clear, I'm not particularly fond of Peppa Pig as well. I always say it's basically like Caillou, except if Caillou was a little girl pig instead of a little boy human. It's not really much better. A basket, that's right. First, I must make a... Oh my gosh, I forgot. To make a fire starter. It won't... Don't have any sticks left, so... For now, I will ask him to make some rope. So I don't really have any... Whoops. 4. For now, we'll just catch 4 fish. I forgot to hand off some of my items to him, but that's fine. Speaking of nightmares, British children's media, there's Watership Down, which apparently the ratings board in Britain thought was a-okay for all kids, or kids of all ages. Apparently they saw rabbits ripping the shit out of each other, with blood and guts flying everywhere, and they thought, you know what, this is appropriate for 4-year-olds. No, I'm not going to a ball. I just like getting dressed up. Thank you, though. Like I said, I don't necessarily... for as much as I like to get dressed up and such, I don't necessarily feel like, doing all of that just for going out grocery shopping or whatever. But I don't really mind doing it for streams and such. Of course, I also like getting dressed up for conventions too, of course. And also other special things going out. Looks like my screen on YouTube says there might be some buffering. Let me know what kind of problems may persist. I forgot to hand off the logs again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's cook up these fish. There's some buffering, but it's gone now. That's good. And yes, most of the time I do dress quite casual. Like I said, do not mind it. In fact, I do quite like getting dressed up. It's just don't necessarily feel like going to all that effort for most things. But there's also plenty of times where I do casual but nice, if that makes sense. I got plenty of casual shirts with jeans, but I do like to make sure everything's looking nice and coordinated, though, at least. I think once you get this rope done, I'll try to start making progress on the treehouse. Okay, you are full. I forgot to take these, vines. I knew I was forgetting something. It's fine. Whoops. And also these bamboos, silly. Don't need this many bamboos, but that's okay. That is okay. 2, 3... Let's see. Forgot to press the A button. Okay, so I have 10 rope. Okay, I'll just take him with me just so I can make sure his stats are monitored, because unfortunately sometimes your partner's AI is not exactly ideal and they'll starve or thirst to death even if you make sure you give them enough food and water in their inventory. So and plus, I can use him as a pack mule. 2. Collecting sticks right now. For the most part. Yeah, thank you. My goodness. I've, collected, been growing my, Lolita fashion collection for quite a while now. At least 10 years, I would say. I think I got, excuse me. I think I got my first Lolita JSK jumper skirt when I was 17. So yeah, that would be about 10 years at least. And it's something, dressing up like this is something that makes me unique. And it's something I enjoy doing. Let's see what else is around here. Let's see here. Earthquake! I think that starts shaking up the trees. What games have I been playing outside of streaming? I've been playing quite a bit of Marvel Rivals. I've also been playing Infinity Nikki. Also, the boyfriend and I have been playing Star Wars The Old Republic, which I'm quite enjoying as well. We're just getting through the story campaigns, for the most part. Don't really do the PvP stuff. But it's fun. I think, am I playing any kind of what kind of non-live service games I've been playing? Jeez, I can't remember. Oh yeah, we also been playing some Split Fiction. That's very good. And there's, of course, the games that I've been playing and such for future videos. But yes, those are the games I've been playing just for my own leisure. I think I also mentioned too, I'm trying to get back into crafting things because I really enjoy it, and honestly, just makes me feel better overall mentally. And as you know, shit happens. I've unfortunately been neglecting it longer than I would have liked, but you know, I'm trying to get back into it, at least do a little bit of something every day. I don't need to complete a whole project, even a small one, every day, just making some kind of progress with working with my hands. Yeah, Repo. That's pretty cool. Saw some people playing that game. Definitely looks interesting. Like the sort of puppet-like mouth movements of the characters. I know Schedule 1 is certainly popular with the streamers as well. I don't know if I want to really play it or if I'll play it, but, you know, always cool to see an independent game get its fair share of attention. This game is merciless from my memory. Yes, it is. It very much is. This is, yeah, Lost in Blue / Survival Kids was more or less the OG survival simulator game. Does not pull any punches, but that's why I like it. Even as a kid, as it frustrated the hell out of me and I had to keep restarting the game, I still very much liked it. Whoops. Right. Let's share some water, or coconuts. Eat the coconut. Betch. Interesting to see so many people remember this game, because I don't see a ton of people talking about in the retro game sphere. But it's cool to see that, hear and see people talk about it and their memories of it and such. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played those kinds of games or games in that genre, Lethal Company, Repo, and all that, but looks cool. It's hard to say for me. I am more used, I guess it would be a bit more balanced, even though I do still prefer the second one, partly from nostalgia and just partly because I think the gameplay in general is better, but, you know, it's all subjective and relative. What else do I got? Okay, here's where my sea cells are. Well, I even forgot to count how many twigs I have. Okay, I do have 3 twigs. That's good. there any twigs up here? I can't. No, those are just carrots. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, that should be all. Let's see. Oh, mind me, I like to vocalize when the mood hits me. Alright, let's scoot our butts down here. Let's Let's go in here. I'll make the fire. There we go. Yeah, I'll put these here for now. Okay. Oh, right, that's right. I do need to make a trap. Did he finish making that? Oh, no, he didn't. Just, checking on me. Might try to do one more in-game day before calling it quits. Dang it, I forgot the twig. But yeah, at that point, I'll have been streaming for about an hour and a half, give or take. I think that'll be a good amount of time. Check how things are going here. Don't check things here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. One. Two. Come on. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. That is 7 of these in here. Come on! Mouse was, not wanting to cooperate. I was mentioning earlier too, one thing that makes this game much easier are these small traps because they just restore so much health. Granted, it does take a little bit of time to actually get to them, to the jungle with ties of bamboo, which you need to make the baskets. But once you do, it becomes much easier. Let's go to sleep. Never have too many twigs in this game for sure. Might want to stick by this beach just because our stamina is still not the best. Rather do my whole expedition when we actually have full health. Let's see where we can go from here. Can I see how many shells I have now? Okay. Like I said, I kind of want to make a consistent necklace of some kind, either all white cells, all black, all red, or striped. So yeah. That's just me, liking things perfectly balanced. Right, just leaving them there because, he actually needs to be there if we want him to make stuff, of course. I will make is some food. Let's cook this up now. It's good. Whoops, I made it extra rare again. I'll make one more meal from the thing. I might even make more box lunches just because you can never have too many of those. Well, I guess you can because it eats up inventory space, but you know. Oops. Here is 4. Yes, goose. Actually, I think that's a duck. Sorry to get all anal on you, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, a duck. And we gotta eat them because this is survival. Yeah, it's a duck. So you could probably see. Or maybe you didn't, but trust me, it's a duck. Come on, there we go. Right. I'm going to show you all how we make necklaces in this game. Four, 5, 6. Alright, you polish these stones, but you don't want to polish them too much because they break and then you lose all your cells and that sucks. But obviously you want them to be clean. You want just enough to remove the spots and the blemishes, but again, don't want to break the shells. And it's annoying because, like I said, if you break one shell while doing this, then you'll lose all your shells. Yeah, so I changed my audio from stereo to mono from OBS. That seems to be the case for a lot of these things, because that was also the case for my Audacity recording. Just change input from input, output, I forget what it is. Anyway, you change it from stereo to mono. And thankfully, that seemed to have done the trick. Hope you like this squeaking sound. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. Squeaky so gets the grease. This should be the last one. Speaking of which, something I gotta do is make a sample reel for voiceover stuff. I've just been auditioning for things that just require lines, but, you know, it's kind of a good thing to just actually have a sample of all the things you can do in your capabilities. Not to be confused with a demo, because that's very professionally done. But just for things like indie games and animations and videos and crap like that. Okay, let's check on this. There we go, see? All wrapped up nice. Though depending on how it goes, depending on how it goes, I still may consider having to commission someone to at least polish things up. See, the time shows that, relationship points increased. Right. Want to make more box lunches, I think, while I'm here. I'll do this. I'll do that for the last bit of, streaming we got. Stream time I want to do. Just do 4 at a time just to make things... Let's grab 4 at a time just to make things easier. 1... 2... Grr, come on! 3... Oh, you son of a bitch. Like I said, my inventory is going to be stuffed with box lunches, but you know what? That's fine. Nothing else, I can just hand off some of them to him. Yes, box lunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. One. Oh, there we go, 2. 3. 4. Oops, I didn't want to make a box lunch, silly. Alright, well, he's done with making the rope, so I'll talk to him. 4 meters of rope in 1 day. We now have 11 meters. That should be enough to at least make some progress on the treehouse, but we'll do that next time. Oh my gosh, I forget to make a box lunch again. Jeez. Okay, yes. How am I doing hunger-wise? I'll at least make more meal for us here. Oh, you son of a bitch. Just to get to sleep with a full stomach for us. Two... 3... And 4. Nope. And 4. Please. There we go. Alright, that ought to do it. Turn in for the day. We have tsunami, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Alright, well, I'd say that's about stream. Right, time to wrap things up. So, as usual, thank you all very much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you for the next stream. Bye!